Hi, welcome to the Next Level Recovery Room. Today we're going to talk about a mode of recovery, which is the Normatec compression boot system. Now, a lot of times when we think about recovery, we know it's very important when you go through a training bout that can be intense and cause a lot of damage, or a competitive session as well. So when thinking about recovery, we often have active and passive recovery. Now, we're not going to talk about the differences in those today. If you want to check those out, take a look at our blog at nextlevelspineandsports.com. However, we are going to talk about the benefits of this system here. Now, when we go through an intense bout of training or a competitive session, what happens a lot of times is if the intensity is high enough, we can get a lot of lactate buildup, which leads to acidity in the muscle. This acidity reduces functionality of the muscle and the ability for it to work properly. We also get micro trauma to the muscle, which can cause soreness and decrease force production. Now, when we look at how these boots work, it uses sequential pulse technology, which means that each section of this boot is a different chamber. And when it compresses distally up towards the hip, more proximally. What this is going to do is it's going to act almost like a squeegee, where it can return that acidic fluid, the negative byproducts, back towards the lymphatic system and the venous system. Also, since it uses a significant amount of compression, we get a manual-like therapy effect from the compression, where it helps to reduce soreness and kind of rejuvenate the tissue that we've used. This is going to be extremely effective whether you're a triathlete after a very long, intense training session, whether you're a marathon runner after a marathon, or when you're at your peak in training and volume, or if you're a CrossFitter who has a lot of damage from that training session that you just endured. Or on the opposite end of the spectrum, if you're a weightlifter, let's say that you did a large volume of heavy squats, which damage this lower extremity and the tissue inside of it. So this is going to be really, really effective after you've had an intense session or competition, so that when you go back to training or go into that competition, we've then restored you to 100% performance level and functionality instead of retraining or reperforming at 80%. This is going to be a really useful mode so that you can rest but still recover.